What's up my friends, my name is Forge and welcome to another video. So today we're going to be looking at a Minecraft Bedrock add-on which is a port of WAILA. If you enjoyed this video, then consider subscribing as it helps out quite a bit and shows your support for the channel. Thank you. WAILA is a very popular mod over on Java Edition, which is known as What Am I Looking At? Basically, when you're looking at any blocks in Minecraft, this will display what the block is, and even when you look at mobs, it will display what the mob is and how much health the mob has. And I think that alone is a very cool feature, because whenever it comes to add-ons, you're always looking at different blocks and you're always looking at mobs, and you're trying to figure out what the mob is and how much health the mob has. It's extremely useful to know. If you want this add-on to work properly, the only toggle that you need for this to work is Game Test Framework. And once you got that enabled, then you should be able to see everything properly. And this will work for all kinds of mobs and blocks, vanilla and even modded, and even works in real time. This is from an add-on that I made a while back, and if I end up hitting the mob, the health actually goes down as I'm whacking it. No camels were harmed. But however, if you crouch, it will display more information. So if I look at the blocks now, it's for sandstone. It tells us the identifier just like before, but now it tells us what type it is. Or if I'm looking at a crop, it'll tell you how much the crop is grown, which is very good for farming. If I look at walls, it'll tell you which parts of it is connected and which parts are not. But looking at torches, it'll tell you which way it is facing. If I were to crouch on a mob, then it will display how fast the mob can move, the underwater movement, if it can be leashed, or if it can be tameable. So this is like a debug screen but for blocks and for mobs. You will now be able to know on how much health that custom mob has, or if you're playing in vanilla, you will know how much health a regular mob has. Now let's say your pet wolf is very low on health. Well, if you take a look at the wolf, if you were to look at the tail of the wolf, it will tell you how low the health is. But with this add-on, this will display the exact amount of health that this mob has, which is very useful. So now you know when you can feed your pet wolf. There you go buddy, you're all healed up. Now there's also a few functions that you can activate when you're playing with this add-on. The first one is always show identifier. If I were to press enter, then whenever I'm looking at a mob, it will always show you the identifier of the mob, and that's on by default. But however, if I go down to show identifier sneak, they will only display the name of the mob and the amount of health. But if you were to crouch, then it'll tell you the identifier. That's probably the first one that you're going to want to activate. That way you don't have the identifier in your way. And then for the other two, this will change what the health icon looks like. By default, we have results label. If I look at the mob, it says health 20. But however, if I change this to icon, then it will show us a heart icon with the amount of hearts that the mob has. I've also discovered of a bug with the hotbar. So if you look at the hotbar, usually when you hover over an item, it'll tell you on where you're holding. Now that still works. But however, if I unselect the items, the text will not disappear. So if you're selecting items and the text is not disappearing, that is a bit of a bug at the moment. But in general, I think that this add-on is a very useful one because it will let you know on what block you're looking at, display certain information about that block, and even about mobs. I mean, I think that this is a very useful add-on. There will be a link in the description, and let me know your thoughts as well in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, then consider leaving a like, subscribe if you're around here, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.